the spirit moves you, think of your first word.
I used to think I wanted to deliver babies, and then I took a health class and watched my first birth, and soon realized that I'm not a baby deliverer. In order for you to get to know me better, I want to tell you about my family and my background, where I come from, my hobby and how it's turned into a job and a career that I possibly want to pursue, and my goals and aspirations. So I want to start with my family so that you guys can know where I come from. I was born in Northridge, California in 1998. That makes me 20. On Sunday I turned 20, actually. My mother is an accountant and my father is a computer programmer. And I am one of 7 kids. I'm like dead smack in the middle. So I kind of get lost in there sometimes, which has actually contributed to my life for the better, you know. The next thing I want to talk about is
Are you going to tell us about how it's contributed?
Okay.
To the life for the better?
Yeah.
Maybe one quick description so that it relates to you.
Sure. Considering that I get lost often, I found solace in something else, which happened to be writing. And that's really, 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 really contributed to my life, like, immensely. It is 100% who I am and what I love to do, which brings me to my next topic, which is my hobby, my favorite thing to do, and how it's turned into a job for me. When I was in 8th grade, I used to rap with a few of my friends, and it wasn't until I was in 9th grade that my English teacher told me, like, just because you write doesn't mean you have to rap, you know? Like, I think there was some stigma around it that I thought, like, maybe that was the cooler thing to do. So in 9th grade, I went to my first open mic, and I was introduced to spoken word poetry, which was like a whole other life-changing thing for me. And from there, I got in contact with an organization called Get Lit Words Ignite, which is a nonprofit based in LA. And basically, they hired me while I was 16 to go around to middle schools and high schools, like, all across California and perform, like, my original poetry as well as, like, classics and old poetry to these kids to teach them, like, the importance of literacy and, like, to use old poetry through performance and, like, show them that not all English is just boring and, you know, Edgar Allan Poe isn't just sad, you know, like, there's more to that. And that really, really helped me because by the time I was 18, I had been published in a textbook. I had been published by Teen Vogue. I got published by Huffington Post. I filmed an activism episode that aired on Oprah Winfrey's network. And, like, it was incredible for me to be 16, 17 doing these things and, like, I had people to show me, like, you know, life is what you make it, honestly. And that brings me to my next factor, where I want to be and my aspirations and goals for the future. So my first year of college was spent at Santa Barbara City College as a liberal arts major. And while I was taking classes that contributed to my major, I realized, like, yeah, the arts are really, really fucking cool, but, excuse my language, I'm sorry. The arts are really cool, but specifically for me, I love writing. I love writing more than anything. So I transferred to SMC, which I live here. So I lived in Santa Barbara to go to college there, and I moved back to LA to come to SMC as an English major. So now I'm majoring in English and with a focus in creative writing, preferably poetry. And my goals for the future are to transfer next year, probably to the East Coast, to an HBCU like Howard or Spelman, maybe a regular college, Temple, like somewhere over there. And my plan is to become a teaching artist or just a writer in general. So yeah, now that you've gotten to know me better, you know that I am not a baby deliverer and I'm a writer. Thank you.